Hello, welcome back to another video. This is my vinyl finds of April 2025. I've told you I've kind of slowed down. I did not get a lot this month, so this should be a relatively short video. Well, maybe. Did do a couple cool things. Obviously, Record Store Day happened this month. I'll go over that in a little bit. But on the day before Record Store Day, which was the 11th of April, Jason and I did go to Axpona, which is an audio expo of the North America. So it was in Schaumburg, which we drove over there, and huge convention center, and just room after room after room after room of audio equipment. There was also a record show, which had some really cool stuff. Didn't buy anything, but it was really interesting to see things that I had actually never seen, like out in the world, and some Cure stuff that, I mean, this one venue had two Boys Don't Cry, and I kind of wish I walked away with one of them, but because I have one, but it doesn't sound the greatest, so I need to get a replacement copy. I didn't realize mine was as noisy as it is, but eventually I'll get another one of those. But so they had two copies. They had the US copy that I have on PVC, and they also had a German pressing, which is on Fiction, which I'd never seen before. And then we were actually watching videos later, and someone was videoing the area. Here we walk by. So I'm in somebody else's video. Isn't that exciting? Or we're in somebody else's video. So let's see what else. Jason really wanted to talk to Riga because he was having some issues with his turntable. So was able to talk to them. They were really nice. They gave him great information, was able to help him with this problem and get it worked out. So that was probably like one of the biggest pluses of going to this. But it was really cool to see this equipment, so much that I couldn't even tell you like most of what we saw, but it was really interesting, a really good time. We only stayed for a couple hours, kind of in and out, but it was perfect. And then there was a record store over there that I can't remember what it was called now, and so we went there, and it was pretty cool. Didn't buy anything there. And then the next day was Record Store Day, and I pretty much had one thing on my list that I wanted, and Jason had a couple things that he wanted, and we stood in line. We got there, so we went to Dusty Grooves. We got there probably about 6:45. They opened at 7. I think we finally got in the store at 8 o'clock. And the one thing that I wanted, which was the Cowboy Junkies acoustic, got in there and they were out of it, and so I was a little disappointed. I did, Robert Fithen and I were messaging, and he's like, we have a copy here, I'll grab a copy for you. So I was like, okay, good, at least I'm gonna get it. The other thing that I wanted was, there were two other that I kind of wanted. I wanted the Allison Moyer. They didn't even have it at Dusty Groove. So I was like, well, okay. So then my friend Shane, who's in Arizona, was also at Record Store Day. He was able to give me a copy of it. I haven't gotten it yet, but I know I have a copy of the Allison Moyer, so that makes me very happy. But I don't know what, this is like my fourth copy of this album, or fourth copy of this album. I didn't really need it, but it's like I have most of them, because they do this every year for Record Store Day. The Cure always releases a picture disc. I don't know why, but that's the format that they do. So Jason did get me the Hat on the Door, which was very nice of him. And later we were like, well, let's go get like a slice of pizza or something, and we'll stop by Reckless Records and see what they have left over. So we went there. They actually had the Allison Moyer, which we ended up picking up for a friend because I already had it. But they did have the Cowboy Junkies, the more acoustic junk. So Jason did grab that for me. I let Robert know that I was able to get a copy, and he's like, yeah, no, pick it up. That way you can have it today. So this is the one thing that I wanted the most. So I'm just pleased that I have this. It's on yellow. I think everybody knows what a huge Cowboy Junkies fan I am. I think Margot Timmons is just a goddess. And I think the original acoustic junk was released about 2005-ish. And then they added, I think, 5 bonus tracks on here that had never been released before. One of them being Something More Besides You, which is up there in one of my favorite Cowboy Junkie songs of all time. That's off of Lay It Down, which is one of my favorite albums of theirs. It's the opening track, I believe, and this acoustic version of it is just absolutely beautiful, and it's very mellow, but it's acoustic, and it's gorgeous. The arrangements are beautiful, and I'm just so happy to have this. And then that was pretty much it for Record Store Day. The other one that I really wanted was Camper Van Beethoven. What is the name of that album? I can't remember what it is. I did not get a copy of that. Now it's skyrocketed in the secondary market, and probably won't. I mean, it's looking like I could probably get an original pressing of it for cheaper than the reissue. So I still want to kind of keep my eye out and see if I can get a copy of the Camper Van Beethoven. I love that album. I love Where the Hell is Bill? Where the hell is Bill? And of course, it's Take the Skinheads Bowling on it, which if anybody knows a song by Camper Van Beethoven, that's probably the one they know. But it's a fantastic album, and I will have it eventually. And then Jason had this sent to me. We're actually going to be seeing him in October, and this is Elvis Costello's This Year's Model. I'd actually never heard this album before. I knew some of the songs. This is a 2021 remaster. This does have 2 bonus tracks on it. It's got Radio, and Big Tears. But yeah, there was that one song that I was like, this is a really good song, and it's hard to, like, the track listing is like, and it's really little, and we all know that I'm blind. Of course, it's got Pump It Up, Pump It Up. Little Triggers, that's a really good song. I'd never heard it before, but that is really good. It's a really good album. I've listened to it a couple times now, and I'll get a little more familiar with some Elvis Costello before. I don't know a lot of his stuff, and so I'll get a little more familiar with him before we hit the show. I did find somebody, it was amazing that I was able, with shipping, to get these 2 for like $22, and one of them was selling for more than this. Actually, they both were. This just seemed really interesting to me. So these are also Record Store Day titles. I did get the AHA Hunting High and Low, the demos. And this is really interesting to hear, like, where the songs started out and then what they would become. Some of these, I really like the original version of Take On Me. And Living a Boy's Adventure Tell, which is kind of slowed down. So is The Sun Always Shines on TV. They're just very different versions, and I really like them. So it came on clear vinyl. And the other thing that I picked up, and I just realized I have not listened to this yet, so I can't give you back. It's The Cure, and I have to have it, and it was a last minute edition. This is the Alone remix. This is the Fortet remix. It's a single-sided 12-inch. It was selling for like $29 or something like that, and like I think I got it for, it was around 10. So I'm like, that I'm okay for one track, just to add this to my Cure collection. But I forgot I hadn't listened to it yet. So this was reissued this month, or in April, and glad we found it. I think it sounds good. They actually did, or the original release of Tracy Chapman's debut album was all digital, and that was kind of, thing then. You're doing all these digital, we have this new way to produce the music, or whatever you want to call it. And so I guess there were analog tapes, and that's what these have been remastered from what I understand. I did get the orange variant. Jason and I both picked one up, and I'm very glad because they have gone up quite a bit on the secondary market. Also, we got, the first 50 people got this lovely. I don't know about this, and I don't really know what I'm going to do with it, but this is a mat for your turntable, and I don't know, I guess that's supposed to be Tracy, but I saw people were selling these. I'm like, they were free. People were selling these on eBay for like $30. I'm like, okay. But I mean, it's still nice little bonus thing. So really happy to have this. I think it sounds great. One of my little pet peeves, we got this at a record store. I won't say their name because I don't want to feel like I'm bashing them. The stickers that they use, because there are people like me that want to have the hype sticker and everything on it. And yes, it could come off, but then it kind of looks wrinkly, and maybe I'll try to get it off of there. I don't know, but the adhesive that's on these, it doesn't come off, and I don't really want the price tag on there. But so it's like, if you're using something like that, put it on the back. I don't know. I always thought that if I ever had a record store, I would put all my price tags on the back, as to avoid anything happening, or everything gets put in the sleeve, but people can still remove those. And but it sounds really great. I do have an original pressing of this, but really, really happy to have that. This is a band that I don't remember how I heard about them. If you've heard of the band Cannons, they kind of remind me of that. It's kind of the disco poppy. It's really hard to describe their music, but very like kind of dancey. It's like that emotional dance music where it's like dance music with like very emotional lyrics and things like that. So this is a group called Telenova. This is their debut, I believe, called Time is a Flower. I should have looked up what her name is. She has a gorgeous voice. I'm gonna take this out because it's really hard to see, but really nice marbly brown. I think that's a really beautiful pressing. And it's a really good album. Power was a single, and the song that kind of made me go, I might want to check them out, is a song called Discotheque Inside My Head. And I kind of feel like that goes on in my brain all the time, as I've got a discotheque, because I'm always thinking about music and always having it in my brain. So this is an album that was reissued last year. I've been trying to get it for a really long time. I had a gift card, and so I was like, you know what, I'm gonna grab it. And it is such a beautiful album. This is Isabelle Campbell and Mark Lanigan. This is Ballad of the Broken Seas. When did this album actually come out? Crap, I don't know. Does it say on the front here? No, I should have looked it up at 11, maybe. I don't know. I don't want to give you the wrong date of when this came out, but 2004? Is that what that says? I think that's a 4. Or is that a 6? Maybe 2006? Mark Lanigan was in Screaming Trees. May you rest in peace. Isabelle Campbell was originally in Belle and Sebastian. So she has a beautiful voice. Their voices blend so well together. They've done a lot together, but he did pass away a couple years ago. But this is beautiful, and it's just very mellow and just very chilled. Just a really nice listen. The song Ramblin' Man is the first song I heard, and which is way back when it originally came out. That was why I had to have it. I think I had the CD. I might have only had it digitally. I can't remember, but no, I had the CD. I bought the CD. But yes, really, really beautiful. So if you have not heard any Isabelle Campbell and Mark Lanigan, she does a lot of her own stuff as well. She has quite a few solo albums. But they just blend so nicely together, and this is really a beautiful, beautiful record. And again, that song Ramblin' Man is just absolutely wonderful. So yes, Isabelle Campbell and Mark Lanigan, Ballad of the Broken Seas. And then the last thing that I got, I just been wanting this for a while. This has songs that I don't have. I actually don't have her final album, but I did get Aaliyah's I Care For You. This is another one I had a gift card for. But this has Are You That Somebody? Baby Girl, better known as Aaliyah. Tell me that somebody. I love Aaliyah. It's just black, but this is, you know, it's a greatest hits basically. It's nicely embossed there, and we've got, you know, back and forth. Are you going to be that somebody? It also has at first you don't succeed, dust yourself off and try again. We Need a Resolution with Timbaland. It's got a song Erica Kane that was not on any of her albums. More Than a Woman, Rock the Boat, which was her final single. That was the video she was recording, last video that she did, because that's what she was doing when the plane crashed. So I love Aaliyah, such a great talent. Wish we would have seen a lot more from her, but very important R&B artist. You know, I mean, it was 2003, I think, is when she died. So, oh, the sun's coming in, messing up my... Oh, well. So yeah, that's my, like I said, not a ton this month. So like I said, the Axpona, really glad that I was able to go to that. So it was a lot of fun. Record Store Day was a lot of fun. So hope everybody's doing well. Leave me some comments, and thanking you.